And followed by this fella.
Erin Go Shaw. You know, it was the All-Ireland hurling final, which I think should be Ireland's national day. It was completely in Irish by Joe Connolly, easily understood by everyone. He addressed Galway followers at home and abroad. He touched all the things that should be touched. And then, Mugina, breaking into song there, the West was really awake that day. But I remember there was an all-star trip in '79, and Joe couldn't go in it. And I remember it must have been John Conley or someone organised all of us to sign a card. Now, it was posted. It was possibly delivered as well.
It certainly was. And
didn't make you feel any better, did it?
It did, actually. It did.
It must have been nice that they were thinking of you.
It was a very, very nice gesture, and I will always remember that. That's what's
well, Micheál, for the younger viewers, and there's lots of younger viewers, let's remind you, Joe has made his speech, and Joe McDonagh was called upon to sing, to reflect the momentous occasion was for Galway in 1980. Let's have a look. And watch for Cyril Farrell.
His grave, I am with you now, this September day.
Well done, Joe McDonagh.
It's a snapshot, really, with Cyril Farrell acting as floor manager, getting lads out of the way. Yeah.
I was watching that last night with my sister on YouTube.
She started crying.
And the tears came into my eyes again. I think I was 7 years old when you won that day, and it meant an awful lot.
It's had an amazing effect. I find it's really transcended the generations. I spent just a few years travelling overseas, as Micheál knows, with the chairman of the International Committee, and meeting younger generations who are now all over the place. And it's amazing. The most requested song is "The West's Awake." But you'd imagine none of them would have ever heard of it, but they have. Whatever. So it's YouTube, obviously, playing a big part in that.
It was Galway's first win since 1923.
Yeah.
What a way.
Did the Kilkenny fellas admire that moment?
Oh, I think we would have. We weren't. But my worry is that they already have Joe McDonagh lined up to sing it tomorrow. So I think Kilkenny have been warned that this is the ambush that's going to take place. But nevertheless, look, it was a great occasion. Certainly, Joe Connolly's speech was. It's gone down in folklore, and why wouldn't Galway sing after so many years? It adds to the occasion, and well, let's see what happens tomorrow.
We only came in on the last line there, Joe.
Indeed, Joe. Dura Blashton, would you sing a little bit of it for us?
The abbreviated version.
The abridged, yes.
When all beside a vigil keep, the West asleep, the West asleep, alas and well may Erin weep, when Connacht lies in slumber deep. Their lake and plain smile fair and free, mid rocks their garden chivalry. Sing, oh, let man learn liberty from crashing winds and lashing seas.
How long did you use that? Great.
I don't know where you go after.
You're worse than I am.
The Lion King is on again, aren't you? Micheál, the 1988 All-Ireland final for everybody here. This is a story. Grania, you were too young. The Man of the Match award, as you know, is a key part of the All-Ireland final. And the Sunday game nighttime programme gets a huge audience, and everyone debates who's going to get Man of the Match.
And bets on it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's the 1988 All-Ireland hurling final, won by Galway, was the only one when the Man of the Match award wasn't presented that night.
Why not?
Well, there could be three reasons. One, either the player has to give a sample or something and would be...
At 10:30 at night?
Well, it'd be... Second one is he could be in hospital getting stitches or something.
Okay, fair enough.
Or the third one, he could be in the pub with his friend.
Oh.
So...
Which was it?
Well, let's find out. Because I know he's in the audience. And maybe it's an unfair question. But the great Tony Keady there was the Man of the Match in the 1988 All-Ireland final. Was it A, B, or C, Tony?
D.
What happened?
You weren't supposed to ask that question.
The true story now.
Myself and Brendan Linsky were living in Fisborough at the time, and there was a local pub nearby us that we used to frequent now and again. And he asked us to come back after the match, and he gave us a champagne reception. So after the match, we togged in and we took off down the canal, the two of us with our hurdles on our shoulders, and away we went with the crowd. So it was a good old crack down there and that. And the next
one thing
minute,
led to another, did it?
one thing led to another. So Brendan's brother came in, John Joe, and he says to me, Farrell is after the ring, and he said, "You're after getting man at the match. Will you make sure you're wearing a shirt and tie?" Now, I don't know where we're on the second or third pint at this stage, but but anyway, I didn't bother going anywhere. The crack was good. I stayed there and.
Seeing as how Tony managed to make it this time, we've decided to make a little presentation to him. So go on, you might make me that. So let's have a look at the legend that was Tony Keevy. Look at him here. This is the following year. Look, this was a great score.
Great solo run, good chink, and a lovely score.
Yeah, well, isn't it fantastic? So now, Grania has, 24 years later, the Man of the Match award.
On behalf of Up for the Match. You might hold on to that one.
All right. Well, I'm glad we've got that right. Now, Micheál has a starring role tomorrow in this year's Celebrity Banished, which starts on RT1 tomorrow evening. The team managers aren't experts in GA this year, so Micheál spoke to them about the special place of the GA.
Gaelic football is a passion. It's not just a game you go and play for 70 minutes, you forget it until the next game. It consumes all your time, your thoughts.
When I sat down with everybody in the locker room, and the guy came in who is a GAA legend, and he sat there and he preached to us, and it was so overwhelming. I thought, oh my goodness, what I got myself into.
That's Callum Best. Yeah.
I think that's the only time I've ever heard of Micheál and Mother Herthy being referred to as the guy.
At least he didn't say the old guy.
Can I bring you up to date on two things? Tony Keevy could have been the following year he missed an event as well, the All-Stars night. I dropped it.
You're getting no more crystal, Tony, that's it.
I haven't got an All-Star handy.
Now, on my way to the All-Stars, I had to drop into a pub called The Merchant. And who did I see inside with dress suits and everything but the Brendan Linsky and Tony Keevy.
If you saw one, you saw the other. Yeah.
They assured me they'd see me later. I spent the night looking around everything. It was over when they came.
Not
and
a man for pomp and
Callum
ceremony.
Best now, he's totally converted. I met him last Tuesday down in Foxford training Moy Davitts for the semi-final of the Celebrity Banished. When he goes back to England, the first thing he wants to do is to join a GA club, and he said, I'm going to be a passionate Mayo follower for the rest of my life.
Wow.
That's the son of
bring
Georgie Best.
Well, he's joined at the right time,
Yes,
hasn't he?
yeah.
He went
Glory
to,
Hunter.
went to see the Mayo Dublin game, yes. Thought there was nothing like it, the Mayo Dublin game.
See, that's what makes the GA
And it was
unique,
all
isn't it?
new to him. He apologised at the first for knowing so little about it and disappointed that he was there. And I said, if you knew anything about it, you wouldn't have been asked to do it.
Indeed, indeed. A bhí hí cécrú sa móideach.
Tá sé dachar ará. The Conic Mishi Kilkenny booked in Fehe All Ireland. And in 12 of those, Brian Cody had a personal role, 4 as a player and 8 as a manager, and shows the extent of his contribution to the game. He's manager again tomorrow. Anthony Cunningham as manager of Galway, a younger man. He's won minor under 21 in Sina with his county. He's on the same road. He's contributed a lot. If you want me to name one, it would be very hard to see Kilkenny beaten, but they've been beaten by Galway twice, 2005 and this year. No other team in the country has done that, beaten them twice. I won't be too surprised if they do it again, but just for the sake of name one, I'd say at this moment, you might be forced to say Kilkenny. All the evidence can say.
Well, look, ladies and gentlemen, three of the great GAA men we have. It's great to have you here tonight celebrating the All-Ireland final. Joe, Nicky Mihal, Gurmila Maga. It's great to have you here. And you can catch Mihal tomorrow night at 6:30 on Celebrity Bonnet Show.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, music from Kilkenny. Three of this band hail from James Stevens Hurling Club, which is Brian Cody's club, and they're with us tonight to pay tribute to their beloved team. The song is called Cody's Greatest, and together they are the Mighty Cats.
Hey!
And the pride that's shown throughout this land of memories we treasure in our hearts, occasions big and small, the fight is still the same, from poker to our local hurling crowd. They will fight and battle like no other, and show us skills we never seen before. Men have gone with vision like no other. Kenny's team, the lights we'll see no more. Cody's team, the greatest, that's for sure. There's hurling in our blood, in young and old to see, in a mighty place where 80,000 flee. To see those 30 men do battle till the end and claim their place in hurling's history. Hey! They will fight and battle like no other, and show us skills we never seen before. Men have gone with visions like no other. The Kenny's team, the lights we'll see no more. Cody's team, the greatest, that's for sure. Men have gone with visions like no other. The Kenny's team, the lights we'll see no more. Cody's team, the greatest, that's for sure. Cody's team, the greatest, that's for sure.